Good day, guys. You are welcome back to ID International Academy online class. I want to believe you enjoyed the last contact we had together. Today, before we go straight to the business of the day, I want us to look into the assignment I gave to you people in the last class. Let's have the solution of the assignment. Let's start from question 1A of the assignment, which says, solve by completing the square method. 2x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0 to 2 decimal places. Let's do it. The first thing to do is separate the constant. That is this. After that, divide each term by the coefficient of x squared. So that gives us x squared plus x equals 1.5. Mind you, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. That's why I write 1.5. The last step there is add the square of the half of coefficients of x at this level to both sides. What is the coefficient of x at this level? 1. Half of 1 is half. Square of that half we add to both sides. We have x squared plus x plus half or square equals 1.5 plus half or square. So, bringing these and these together, we have x plus half whole square equals 1.5 plus 1 over 4. You evaluate, find the value of 1 square, which is 1, 2 square, which is 4. Now, x plus 1 over 2 whole square equals 1.5 plus 0.25. 1 divided by 4 in decimal is 0.25. At this level, take the square root of both sides such that square root of x plus half all square will be equal to plus or minus square root of addition of this. 1.5 plus 0.25, that is 1.75. I hope you are following. So, this power 2 and this square root sign will take care of each other. This will cancel this to have x plus half, which is equal to plus or minus. What is square root of 1.75? Square root of 1.75 is 1.3229. Separate this from this, as in collect the like terms. You have x equals minus half plus or minus 1.3229. Are you following? Convert minus 1 over 2 to decimal 2 to be in the same structure. So you have x equals minus 0.5 plus or minus 1.3229. Is it clear? So from here, let me use this side. Take the double sign, that plus or minus, take them one after the other. You have x is equal to minus 0.5. Take plus first or minus, either plus 1.3229 or minus 0.5 minus 1.3229. So that is x equals minus 0.5 plus 1.3229. You subtract this from this. X is equal to 0.8229 or minus 1.8229. X now will be approximately equal to 0.82 or minus 1.82 to 2 decimal places. That is it. Question 1B of the assignment has us to solve this equation using completing the square method. Someone will say this is not a quadratic equation. It is. You have the denominator, the unknown at the denominator. You still have the unknown at the numerator part. That one will give you something definitely greater than linear. So, all you need to do is clear the fraction here to unravel the structure of the equation. When you clear the fraction, the LCM here is y times 1 over y times 1 over y, minus 2 over y times y times y minus 2 times y. That is how to clear the fraction. You use the LCM to multiply each term throughout. Y cut y to give us 1, y will cut y to give us minus 2, equals y times y give us y squared, y times minus 2 gives us minus 2y. This is y squared minus 2y equals minus 1. Since we are using completing the square method, at this level, we have taken the first step already. The first step of separating the constant. So the second step is divide through by the coefficient of y squared. But y squared here has coefficient of 1. So 1 cannot change anything if you use it to divide through. Also, we go to the last step. And the last step is you find the coefficient of y at this level. The coefficient of y at this level is minus 2. Half of it is minus 1. Square it and add it to both sides. So you write y squared minus 2y plus minus 1 all square equals minus 1 plus minus 1 all square. So we bring y and minus 1 here together, put the common power there, minus 1 plus 1. Take the square root of both sides, square root of y minus 1 all square equals plus or minus square root of 0. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Plus or minus square root of 0 gives us 0. So you have y minus 1 equals plus or minus 0. Collect the like terms. You have y equals 1 plus or minus 0, which is y equals 1 plus 0 or 1 minus 0. Finally, y equals 1 or 1. That is 1 twice. That's the answer. Question 1c. 3x squared minus 6x equals 2 to be solved by completing the square method to 2 decimal places. First step has been taken already because constant has been separated. All we need to do now is divide through by the coefficient of x squared. The coefficient of x squared here is 3. So we have x squared minus 2x equals 2 over 3. So the next step is find the coefficient of x at this level, square it, and add it to both sides. The coefficient of x here is minus 2. Half of it is minus 1. So we have x squared minus 2x plus minus 1 all square equals 2 over 3 plus minus 1 square. So we have x minus 1. We bring these two together with the sign of this. The common power to them, we put it on the bracket, which is equal to 2 over 3 plus 1. Minus 1 square is plus 1. So we have x minus 1 all square equals 1 whole number 2 over 3. Anytime you have to add a whole number and a proper fraction together. It's as good as putting them side by side like this. So it will be 1 whole number 2 over 3. So take square root of both sides. X minus 1 all square equals plus or minus square root. The reason why we put plus or minus often in quadratic is we have to get two answers. And our two answers, they may and they may not be of the same sign. So we put plus or minus 5 over 3. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5 over 3. I convert this mixed number to improper fraction. So this gives us x minus 1, which is equal to plus or minus square root of 5 over 3. Let's divide 5 by 3. 5 divided by 3 gives 1.66666 like that. But you approximate this to 4 decimal places. So the fourth decimal place you call 7. You round it up to 7. So this will be x equals 1, collecting the like terms. 1 plus or minus. What is square root of 1.6667? The square root will be, I've omitted, 1.2910. Do you understand? X will be equal to 1 plus 1.2910 or 1 minus 1.2910. 1 plus 1 point, that gives x is approximately equal to 2.2910 or 1 minus 1 point, that gives minus 0.2910. And finally, x is approximately equal to 2.29 or minus 0.29 to 2 decimal places. And that is the end of that question. The last question in the assignment is solve for x in ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 using completely square method. You're wondering, how am I going to do this? There's no figure, nothing. So far you have to use completely square method. Follow the process. There's no big deal. Separate the constant. Ax squared plus bx equals minus c. The next thing is divide through by the coefficient of x squared. That is ax squared divided by a. Coefficient of x squared here is a. Use that a to divide each term. So I use the a to divide ax squared. It gives us x squared. I use the a to divide bx. It gives us bx over a. Using the a to divide minus c, it gives us minus c over a. So the next step is find the coefficient of x at this level. The coefficient of x at this level is b over a. Half of it, find it. Half of it will give us b over 2a. Square that half. Add it to both sides. So we have x squared plus bx over a plus b over 2a all squared equals minus c over a plus b over 2a all squared. Bringing these two together, we have x plus b over 2a all squared. The positive sign here is not from this. It is from the sign of the one in this bracket. If it is negative, it is the negative we use to link them here. Don't forget. That is equal to, I wish to rearrange them. In mathematics, when you have two terms on one side of the equation, the first term is negative, the second term is positive. We like to put positive first, not for any other thing, but for decoration, and it is easier to deal with. So I bring this first. I write b squared. I evaluate b over 2a all raised to power 2. I evaluate it. So b raised to power 2 is b squared over 2 raised to the power 2, 4. A raised to the power 2, a square, minus c over a. Nothing has changed. Taking the square root of both sides, we have x plus b over 2a whole square equals plus or minus square root of, we now simplify this, find the LCM. The LCM is 4a square. 4a square and 4a square, that is 1. 1 times b square, that gives us b square, minus a in 4a square, that is 4a. What do we mean? We mean 4a square, which is 4 times a, divided by a. A we cut a, we have 4a left. 4 times a is 4a. So that is what we mean. So a in 4a square, 4a. 4a times c, we have 4ac. This power 2 and this square root symbol will cancel each other by implication. So we have x plus b over 2a is equal to plus or minus. You can see, learn this once and for all. If you have square root of 4 plus 9, what do you think the result will be? Some will think the result will be, I know this, it's simple. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. So they now have 2 plus 3, the answer is 5. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. You have to sum them up before you find the LCM. So when you have arithmetic sign, positive, negative, in between two terms under the square root, you have to remove the arithmetic sign first before you can find the square root. The moment the arithmetic sign is not removable, then you cannot find the square root. Even though the two terms involved are perfect square. 4 is a perfect square, 9 is a perfect square, yet you cannot find their square root as 2 plus 3. No. You have to add 4 and 9 together to get 13 and find the square root of 13, which will not be a straightforward something like this, to be something of decimal. So the same thing applies to this. B square is a perfect square. You can yet not say the square root of b square is b in this case because of the inclusion of this minus sign. 4 is a perfect square. You cannot say so because of that the square root of 4 is 2. Yes, it cannot be possible here because of the minus sign. Though A and C, they are not perfect square in this case, yet because of the imperfection in this and the impossibility attached to this, you write square root of b square minus 4ac. You repeat it. But 4a square, 4 is a perfect square, a square is a perfect square, and there is no inclusion of plus or minus around it. It is a lone term. So square root of 4 will be 2. Square root of a square will be a. So square root of 4a square is 2a. That one is possible. Collect the like terms in this case. So you have x is equal to minus b over 2a. Positive b over 2a. When you take it to this other side, it becomes minus b over 2a. Now plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole over 2a. We find the LCM in this case. I come to this side. Finding the LCM. LCM here is 2a. 2a in 2a is 1. 1 times minus b, we write minus b. Plus or minus. 2a also in 2a is 1. 1 times the jargon of the square root, it will be the jargon of the square root, which is square root of b square minus 4ac. And the solution, in quadratic equation, we have two answers, two roots. So you now have x is equal to minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac, or minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all over 2a, all over 2a. Do you understand? X is equal to this, but you treat this double sign in the middle, one after the other. Minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a at a time, or minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And these are the roots of the equation. That is how far we can go. So far we are dealing with algebra, pure algebra. There is no figure there. And that is the answer. Let's start today's work. We've seen how the solution of the previous assignment is solved. We have already witnessed the solution. Wherever you need to adjust, please do. Today, we are considering solving quadratic equations by general method. This general method is otherwise called quadratic method or almighty formula. People call it almighty formula because it is a method or formula that can solve virtually all kinds of quadratic equations. And that's why they call it almighty formula, even though only God is almighty. So solving quadratic equations by general method. This general method is begotten by completing the square method. This general formula is x, which is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything over 2a. If you take notes, you can see that this is what we derive by completing the square method when we evaluated ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Can you remember? By the time we solved for x in this equation that is purely algebraic, our final answer was this. Can you recollect? We can only split this into two to give allowance for the two roots. Minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, or minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. But all the same, this is the formula. And this is generated from this equation using completing the square method. This equation is a representative of all three-term quadratic equations. This is how they will look like. Only the arithmetic sign could vary. So, to use this to solve quadratic equation is what we mean by general method or almighty formula or quadratic formula. Let's see example 1. Find the roots of 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 equals 0 using general method or almighty formula. All you need to do is compare this equation above with the given equation. You can see that from there, the coefficient of x squared here, which is a, the coefficient of x squared here is 3. A is equal to 3. Coefficient of x here is b. Coefficient of x here is minus 2. Constant c here is equal to minus 1 here. That's all. You now bring the formula down for use. You write x is equal to minus. Instead of writing minus b, you write minus open bracket. But this is the formula we are using. What is your b? Your b here is minus 2. You write minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2, that is the b, raised to power 2 minus 4 times a. What is your a? 3. times, what is your C? Minus 1. All over 2 times A, 3. So x equals minus times minus 2, that is positive 2, plus or minus square root of minus 2 raised to power 2 is positive 4. Positive 4. Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Minus 12 times minus 1 is positive 12. Positive 12. Everything raised to power 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So x will be equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 16 over 6. I come to this side. X is equal to 2 plus or minus 4. Square root of 16 is 4. All over 6. X is equal to 2 plus 4 over 6 or 2 minus 4 over 6. Do you understand? Take the double sign one after the other. I first take positive 2 plus 4 over 6. Or take the second one, 2 minus 4 over 6. So this is x equals 6 over 6 or minus 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2 over 6. And final answer is 1 or minus 1 over 3. That's it. Let's go to example 2. Solve p squared minus p minus 2 equals 0 by quadratic formula. Don't forget, quadratic formula, general method, almighty formula will refer to the same formula. So what do? The coefficient of p squared represents our a, and it is 1 in this case. B is the coefficient of p, which is minus 1 in this case. C is the constant, which is minus 2. Therefore, p, don't forget, we will not use x because the variable used there is p. Don't be stereotyped. Once you see another type of variable, don't go and be using x. So you say p is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So p will be equal to minus, what is your b? Your b is minus 1 plus or minus square root of minus 1 all square minus 4 times your a is 1, your c is minus 2 all over 2 times 1 your a. So p is equal to positive 1 plus or minus. How is it positive 1? Minus times minus 1, that's positive 1. Square root of minus 1 square is positive 1. Minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 times minus 2 is positive 8. Everything over 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So we have p equals plus 1 plus or minus square root of 9 over 2. Let me come to this side. P is equal to 1 plus or minus 3. Square root of 9 is 3 all over 2. So we take the double sign there one after the other. P is equal to 1 plus 3 over 2 or 1 minus 3 over 2. Do you understand? P is equal to 4 over 2 or minus 2 over 2. And now, finally, P is equal to 2 or minus 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. That is the end. Example 3. Find the root of 3 equals 2x plus x squared using general quadratic formula. Restructure the equation. I rewrite it as 2x plus x squared equals 3 So finally, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Do you understand? And reorganize them. X squared plus 2x. Bring positive 3 to others on this side. It becomes negative. So here, a is equal to 1. Our b is equal to 2. Yc is minus 3. Therefore, the variable is x. We say x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Substituting the value, minus into, what is our b? 2. Plus or minus 2 squared minus 4 times, our a is 1, our c is minus 3. All over 2 times a, the 1. X then is minus 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared is 4. Minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 times minus 3 is positive 12. Everything over 2. 2 times 1 is 2. I continue on this side. X is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 16 over 2. X is minus 2 plus or minus 4 over 2. Square root of 16 is 4. Now, taking the two signs, one after the other, we have minus 2 plus 4 over 2, or minus 2 minus 4 over 2. X is equal to plus 2 over 2. Minus 2 plus 4 is positive 2 over 2. Or minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6 over 2. And finally, x will be equal to 1 or minus 3. So the roots of this quadratic equation are 1 and minus 3. So that is it. I wouldn't leave you without assignment as usual. I have the following questions for you for your assignment. Use general quadratic method to solve. A, m squared minus m equals 2. B, 3 minus p minus 2p squared equals 0. And question 2, solve 5x squared minus 2x minus 5 equals 0 to 1 decimal place using general quadratic method. Try your hands on this. I believe you can do it. Thank you.